Hey, what's up everybody? It's just a little talk about what's going on at the top of the blog, so let's get to it, shall we? Y'all, what's going on with Kirk? What's going on with a boy? I know you guys have all heard the rumor that supposedly Kirk Frost from the show Love and Hip Hop ATL supposedly fathered the child of his biological daughter. I thought it was a stepdaughter is what I heard originally, but supposedly it says biological daughter, and that he is the father of the baby. They say that he was raping this kid from 11 years old till she turned 16, and the result of all that carrying on was a baby, a little baby. Very, very serious allegations. When I first heard about it last week, I didn't think too much of it. I didn't believe it, and then I got to thinking about it, and then I believed it, and then I thought about it some more, and I didn't believe it. It was like I didn't know what to think, because of course automatically you just don't think that somebody would do something like this, especially to their own child. I just didn't see it in Kirk, but you know, you don't see these type of things in people. I'm not saying that he did do it. I can't see him and Rashida going on a show knowing that they've got this kind of, this kind of bullet in the chamber, and think that it wasn't going to come out. That's a part about it that makes me not believe it. But there is a part of me that can believe it, because these things do happen. There are people that have sicknesses and weaknesses, and these type of things happen all the time. We might not even know about it, but these things do happen. Now I'm just gonna really give them the benefit of the doubt and just pray that this is not a true story. Isn't it crazy though? We do know that Kirk do like to fuck. He do have like 4 or 5 kids, don't he? Maybe even 6. Not that the fact that you like to get your screw on and makes you a pedophile automatically. I'm just saying. Rashida got really upset and went off on Twitter the other day and was just like, you can't believe that people spread so many vicious lies. And I couldn't help but think that Rashida's finally getting a taste of the medicine that K. Michelle been sipping on the last 6 months or so. It just sucks to not be believed. Kirk did go onto the internet and was just like, suck my dick and all of this, but I don't know. I am just really gonna hope that it's not true. But I ain't got a clear denial just yet. Until I get a no, I did not rape my daughter, I did not sleep with her from ages 11 to 16, and I did not father her child, then I got my good eye on you, D-Lo. Chad has been officially charged with first-degree misdemeanor domestic assault. I believe it is, excuse me. The beat just keeps marching on for that boy, don't he? It just seems like it's just getting worse and worse for him. Evelyn is adamant about following through with what's gone on with the two of them. And she's pressing charges, so she's moving forward. There has been some news to leak out that this probably was not the first time that Chad has gotten physical with her, and that's probably the straw that broke the camel's back. Remember that she is going to be on Iyanla Vanzant's show on the OWN network this coming weekend, and you guys make sure to check it out. She was scheduled on there originally to go on there and talk about some of her other issues, and then after this situation happened with Chad, now she's back on the show to address that as well. So that's why I think there's like a clothing change in the episode. A lot of my viewers pointed out to me that it's probably a good thing that Evelyn is staying away from Chad, because you just don't want to get into the habit of automatically forgiving somebody that has hit you. I don't know much about domestic violence. I've never been in that situation. I don't know, my family, my mom and dad didn't go through that, so I don't really know how it works. So yeah, I guess it is good. I'm just, whatever Evelyn is going through, she is definitely going through some changes right now. I go back and forth with her. Like one minute I don't believe her, the next I do. I do want to believe her, and I think I'm just going to keep on watching. I am going to watch her on Iyanla Vanzant and see what comes up out of that. And then I'm going to, and I'm not going to make no final decisions on how I feel about Evelyn and her story until I check everything out. So y'all be patient with me. A while ago, I think like earlier this year, Tyler Perry was pulled over as he made an illegal left turn or U-turn in front of the police late at night in Atlanta, and he was pulled over. Mr. Perry was very upset that he was pulled over, and he immediately said that he was being racially profiled and that he was treated wrong just because he was a black man in a nice car in a, in Atlanta. What he failed to really kind of mention is the fact that he was in a really nice Porsche with very dark black tinted windows. And this is the case that the police is trying to say is like, okay, he was in this car, the windows were really tinted darkly, so we didn't even know if he was black or white. I'm sure they probably assumed that he was black because, like I said, he was in Atlanta and he was by Greenbrier Mall. For any of you guys that are familiar with Atlanta, Greenbrier Mall is right down the street from his studio, and not really the best area. Okay, I'm sure they assumed that he was black. He's in this really nice Porsche, and his windows are tinted black. He makes an illegal left turn or U-turn in front of the police as if he was trying to get away from him. I mean, that makes sense to me why the police would pull him over. And yeah, the police do be tripping, and they probably put 20 on 10 and probably treated him a little rougher and ruder than they needed to. And, Mr. Perry wasn't having it. He was very upset about this. Supposedly, the police didn't let him go until another black policeman pulled up and let them know that this is Tyler Perry, famed director and actor and all of that. They let him go without a ticket. Now, I don't really understand why he's in such, distress about this whole situation, because he didn't even get a goddamn tickets. I need Mr. Perry to go and move on. It's all done, okay? It's done. What is wrong with Chris? What is wrong with Chris Brown? I'm telling you, that boy has got to be retarded. Something is really not clicking in his brain. Every single time that I try to be Team Breezy, I be trying, you guys. I think the kid is, I like Chris Brown for the most part, but he can do some of the most stupid, retardedest, most asinine shit on this earth. So now he goes and he puts this tattoo of this, it's supposed to be the Mexican Day of the Dead. It's some... it's some face that kind of looks like, it's what it looks like is Rihanna when she got her ass beat from Chris Brown. It's a tattoo. It's, one eye is half closed. They got all these cuts and bruises, and it just was not really the smartest move to me. Now, if he felt like he really had to have this tattoo, then why he didn't get it some damn where else? He got it right here on his neck, y'all. I mean, he could put the shit anywhere else. I mean, how about put the shit on your fucking ass cheek? Okay, that way you can always have it as yours. We don't all need to understand and try to see what this tattoo, it was just stupid. Not only did he get that tattoo, but he also got a tattoo now. A few days ago, Rihanna got this tattoo. I think it was called the Goddess Isis tattoo right up underneath her boobs right here. Evidently, Mr. Brown went out and got him a very similar type tattoo going across his breast, chest, whatever you want to call it. I just wish these two would get back together. All these stunts, all of this, these public displays of attraction and connection and everything, but nobody really saying what it is. I just, we over it. Y'all get on back together so we can go on past this bullshit. I feel so sorry for little Pikachu, because I know that child is, I'm starting to wonder if she's just like a little decoy for all of us, and maybe she already knows the deal. Could be it. A couple of weeks ago, music industry exec mogul Chris Lighty supposedly shot himself in the head after he was overcome with grief over the fact that he and his wife were breaking up, and also over the fact that he was quite a bit in debt over an unpaid tax bill. Except people in his family, including his wife and his brother, felt like he was not suicidal. His wife and him both agreed that they would separate, and they were in the midst of doing so, but she said that he was not distraught and losing his mind over their separation. Of course, he wanted his family, but it wasn't like that. And they're also saying that this big tax bill that he had was just about paid up. So it wasn't like he had these hundreds of thousands of dollars floating over his head and that he had basically taken care of the bill. So now they're wondering, like, really, did he really try to kill himself? The rumor now is saying that no, he probably didn't kill himself, and that instead that he was having an affair with another very large music mogul, record industry exec, and that he got this supposed person's wife pregnant. That may be the reason why he ended up dead in the middle of the morning while he was moving furniture from his wife's house, and he just all of a sudden decided to kill himself. while he's moving furniture. And you know, that story sounds kind of strange when you really think about it. I mean, who the fuck finishes putting a damn couch in the U-Haul and then decide that they're gonna shoot themselves in the head? So yeah, it's kind of a weird story. We're gonna keep our eye on it and see if anything comes out. What we really need to do is keep our eye on the damn wives of these music industry execs so we can figure out who is pregnant and then we can kind of put two and two together. But do you guys really think that somebody would kill him over that fact? Y'all, it looks like the bromance that 50 and Floyd Money Mayweather might be on the outs. Folks have began to speculate that 50 Cent did a little bit more than just check up on Floyd Money Mayweather's woman while Floyd was in jail, and that it has caused some sort of rift between the two of them. 50 Cent was on the radio and he said that the reason why these two are not quite as close as they used to be was kind of, in a nutshell, what he said was, you know what, Floyd has a whole bunch of hangers-ons around him, and you know, they hang on to his every word and do what he says because he's the one that gives them money. I have a whole lot of money, so I don't need Floyd's money like that. I'm not gonna be the person that he can just talk to anyway and treat any old kind of way. So that's the gist of what 50 Cent said. He didn't say it exactly like that, but that's what I got from it. But what the rumor is to that story is that 50 Cent was doing something with Floyd's woman. Kenya Bell's divorce. You guys know who Kenya Bell is. She is the newest person on the Basketball Wives Miami cast. Remember the crazy one that they tried to say? Anyway, Kenya Bell's divorce has finally been settled from basketball player Charlie Bell. Ms. Bell didn't do too bad, so let me tell you what she got. She gets joint custody of the kids, although Charlie Bell still has to pay $1,000 a month. She gets their marital home as well as the home that they bought for her parents back in the day. She gets more than half of his savings. I think she got $785,000, and I think he was left with like $656,000. She also got another $350-something thousand from another one of his accounts. And Sister Girl cleaned up on his retirement, so she got basically half of his retirement, half of his pension, half of his 401k, half of his welfare and benefits plan. Half of everything Mr. Bell had is now with Kenya. And in return, Mr. Charlie Bell gotta have a good day and sent him on his damn way. So did you guys hear about the bank robbery in California yesterday? One of my good friends called me yesterday and was all up in arms and excited about the fact that there had been this really big bank robbery in San Dimas, I think it was, or where was it? San Dimas? It was somewhere. I think it was somewhere out by Magic Mountain. And for those of you guys who are from Los Angeles, Magic Mountain is a good hour away from, you know, the city of LA, and even longer if you consider the traffic. This group of guys went and robbed a bank up in up around that way somewhere, and drove all the way back down to LA. And when I say all the way back down to LA, I'm talking about they drove all the way back down to LA into the hood with the police in pursuit. My friend was like, I could hear them when they got off the freeway, and when they drove down the street and came up the street. And turns out the bank robbers actually drove all the way up into the hood, okay, over by Gage and Normandy. And for any of you guys that are from LA, y'all know that is deep up in it, okay? And once they realized that they were going to get caught by the police, I guess they decided to be kind of like the old, Robin Hood, rob from the rich and give to the poor. They started throwing money out the window, throwing stacks and stacks of money out. And you know that this could cause a whole bunch of riot because, money and broke folks, that creates a whole nother stir. So they was throwing money out. People were running out there getting stacks and stacks of money and everything. And my friend was awful upset that they didn't get a piece of the action. I told my friend that money is probably going to be marked, and I wouldn't take my chances. At least if I did get some of that money, I would sit on it for a while before I tried to spend it in any store. So, maybe you can consider yourself lucky. JD's house has been under threat of being foreclosed on 2 times, and 2 times he has saved it from the grasps of foreclosureness. What JD needs to do is get himself a new artist so he can get his ass back on top, okay? That DJing thing, maybe that ain't working for you. Nicki Minaj said that she was just being sarcastic when she said that she was going to vote for Mitt Romney in the mixtape that Lil Wayne has out right now. Nicki Minaj was just talking to be talking just to create some kind of stir because the bitch ain't even registered to vote. I guess Harry Belafonte pushed some buttons when he said that Jay-Z and Beyonce were not doing enough for the public call. Now they are fundraising for the Obamas. You too can have dinner with all of them if you just come up with $40,000 for a plate of dinner. It is a month before election, but we're not going to say nothing about that because you know what? It's better late than never. Serena Williams has left you brothers once again and has went to the other side and has decided to date her Cuban tennis coach, Patrick Mouratoglou. I don't even know. Patrick Mouratoglou. I guess that's it for her in common. She'll still like to see the two of them together. Rapper Gucci Mane couldn't even be bothered to go to court the other day to contest the claims that this woman was pushed out of a moving Hummer after she refused to suck his dick. In return for him not even showing up, the girl wins her case and she is awarded $60,000, okay? And that is not bad for a day's work if you ask me. Getting pushed out of a truck might not be too bad considering that you wasn't gonna get shit if you sucked his dick. Bishop Eddie Long's wife has decided that she left her man in the middle of a storm and she didn't feel right about that, and she is back with Bishop Eddie Long. What y'all think about that? Think that she come back for the money? Is there even any money left? Like, what is Eddie Long doing these days? Justin Timberlake just added another business venture to his resume. He is now a partial owner of the basketball team Memphis Grizzlies. I'm just wondering, when is Justin Timberlake gonna do what he does best and come out with another damn album? And speaking of new albums, y'all, guess whose album is coming out on December 4th? Sierra. So y'all know what? Y'all get on out and get I can't even. Y'all go on and cop that. Alright, you guys, we do this every week, so you guys make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and you make sure you come back. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.